ሄሎ ዛሬ ስለ ቺቭኒንግ አፕሊኬሽን ነው የምናወራው። ዛሬ ቺቭኒንግ አፕሊኬሽን የጀመረበት ቀን ነው። በተለይ ኢትዮጵያ ያላችሁ ዲግሪም ማስተርስ ዲግሪም ያላችሁ ዩኬ 1 ዓመት የማስተርስ ዲግሪ መማር የምትፈልጉ የዩኬ መንግስት የሚያቀርበው የስኮላርሽፕ እድል ነው ቺቭኒንግ አፕሊኬሽን ቺቭኒንግ ስኮላርሽፕ። እና የአፕሊኬሽኑ ሂደት ምን ይመስላል? በተለይ 4 ስቴትመንቶችን ይጻፋሉ። there are 4 statements that you need to write to stand out among us thousands of applicants from across the world. And in our today's session here, we are going to discuss how and what you are going to write. And yeah, honestly, I'm going to give you the magic wand with which you can convince the panel reading those 4 statements to shortlist the ones that are going to go into the next stage, which is the interview stage. So the whole idea of this application process is to stand out among us applicants into the interview stage. So the panel is going to read your 4 statements. And what are they? How are you going to write them? And what are the panelists looking for from your 4 statements? That's exactly what we are going to talk about today. And straight away, let's get into those 4 statements. So to give you some idea about Chevening Scholarship, the UK government በመላው ዓለም የሚሰጠው ስኮላርሽፕ ነው። ይሄ ስኮላርሽፕ የትምህርት እድል ብቻ ለመስጠት ያክል የዩኬ መንግስት የሚያቀርበው ስኮላርሽፕ አይደለም። ከመጪው ዘመን መሪዎች ጋር በተለያየ ዘርፍ በግልም ሊሆን ይችላል፣ በመንግስታዊ ስራም ሊሆን ይችላል፣ በትምህርት ተቋማትም ሊሆን ይችላል። በግል ዘርፍ ለምሳሌም በጤና፣ በፋይናንስ፣ በማኑፋክቸሪንግ፣ construction, in any sector you may be, they want you to be the leading personalities and figures. If you are one of them, they want to offer you this scholarship. Why? Because they want to get connected with people who are going to be influential in the coming 5, 10, 15 years. So for the UK government, it's all about getting connected, related with the future leaders, the influencers of the future. Why do I tell you about that? Because in your application process, when you write those 4 statements, that's what you reflect on your statements. It's not like offering you the chance to study. It's not like helping you to get the chance to study. No. It's about the UK government creating stronger relationship with the leaders of the future in various countries around the world. Therefore, your application statements need to show that you are one of the influencers, one of the leaders in Ethiopia in the coming 5, 10, 15 years. Let's look into those 4 statements. They are the most important part of your application. In your application, in fact, you also put forward your basic information, your name, your previous studies, your experience, and things like that. You also provide your references and all the other things that the application process require. But all the other parts do not as such impact your application. The most important 4 statements that are really, really decisive for your application are these 4 statements: leadership and influencing, networking and relationship, career plan, and studying in the UK. This is the most important 4 statements that you are going to write. For each of them, you're going to write like a page of a statement on leadership and influencing, on networking and relationship building, and on your career plan and studying in the UK. So what are you going to do for that? That's what I'm going to explain Now, um, before I move into those four statements, just to mention, I think it's important to let you know your Chevening Scholarship application and your application to courses into the choices of the universities that you want to study with are two different things. You apply for the scholarship. The scholarship is about covering your course fee and your stipend. It doesn't have anything to do with the university where you study. That is a separate application. You do that on your own. The Chevening Scholarship is going to be evaluated, assessed, and be awarded by the Chevening Secretariat. It's a secretariat under the Foreign and Commonwealth Office. It's a UK government institution. Your university application is different. You choose a course of your choice and you apply to different universities where you would like to study. So those two are different. Now, what we are talking about is the Chevening Scholarship application, not university application. For the university application, I'm going to produce you a separate video and you will watch it and see how you can go through it. For today, let's focus on our Chevening Scholarship application and the four statements that you are going to write. The first statement that you write, and the most important one, is the leadership and influencing statement. You are going to write 500 words of statement. It's like one page. What do you write about? When you write about your leadership and influencing skills, you are not going to tell us about the science of leadership and influencing now. Nobody's interested in that. You might say leadership and influencing is very important for me. As a leader myself, working in this, for example, let's say you are a journalist and your role is to edit news. And as an editor, you have a role to lead. You may not be leading any other individual for that matter. Leading yourself in your own role can be the topic of the discussion. You shouldn't be a leader, like leading a team of people, not necessarily. How do you conduct yourself in your job? How do you handle yourself in a certain project where you are responsible for a set of activities? That's what leadership is all about. You shouldn't be necessarily a team leader, a director, head of a department, or whatever. That's not the question. How do you conduct yourself in whatever thing that you are responsible for? And what is your plan for the future? And what do you have a pathway to reach into your goal? Let's say I am a reporter now, that someone is a reporter now, and they are responsible to produce news stories, go to their assignments, and how do they handle that? So I am currently I'm working as a reporter for X media organization, and my role is to research on the news topic and go to the assignment, ask questions, get insider information, and then sort out the hook and produce the news based on that. In doing so, I need to connect with a number of people. I need to work with camera people. I need to work with my video and audio editors. And I got to work with lots of people running the studio and things like that. And in doing so, I find communication is an important component in my work. Unless I am good at communicating and relating with people, I find it really difficult. Therefore, these are the things I do. And I believe in the coming 5 years, I'm going to be the editor-in-chief of the News and Current Affairs Department. To reach there, I'm doing this and that. And for sure, if I deliver this way for the coming 2 years, I'm going to be the editor-in-chief. And from there, I believe in the coming 10 years, I'm going to be the deputy chief of the media house or the chief of the media house. And for that purpose, I need education. And that's why I need this scholarship. So if you help me learn in the UK from one of the best universities there, you are helping me become the editor-in-chief of News and Current Affairs and help me become the chief of the media house. By so doing, you can establish a strong relationship with me, and that would mean a lot for the UK government. So that's how you put it. You see how you paint yourself? Now I am here. Tomorrow I'm going to be there. The day after tomorrow I'm going to get to the top. When I go through all this process, I am going to be an important contact for the UK embassy in Ethiopia, for the UK government, because the UK government has interest in Ethiopia, and I would be a very important individual in getting things done. So that's what you are saying in that statement. You recognize the importance of that education and the UK government in providing this scholarship. At the same time, you also offer an image of yourself as that important individual who can work with the UK government in the future, because you're going to be one of the decisive people in the media industry. You see how you present yourself. So that is what your statement needs to show to the panel of people who are going to look into it. These statements are going to be read by a panel of people, a minimum of 2 or 3. They're going to read your statement, and they need to see proof that you're going to be an influential leader in the future. Those are the people who are going to be selected for the scholarship, and that's exactly what you need to show them. Second, the next question that you need to answer as part of these 4 statements is networking and relationship. You see it here. So when it comes to networking and relationship, what you talk about is, as you know, you're not going to talk about science, like I said, for the first question. You're going to talk about what you do. You reflect on your experience. Networking is important. Without knowing people, for example, the example I gave you about a producer, you cannot have insider information. You cannot get hooks. You cannot get news tips. So connections, networks, important for me, and deliberately in events and without events, I try and connect with people who are important for my work. Why? Because I need insider information, because I need news tips. Why? Because I need people who provide me interviews. That's why I talk to them. You see? Without having connections, without having relationships and networks, I just couldn't get my work done. So what I usually do is when I go to events, I deliberately plan to connect with 1, 2 new people whom I see as an important connection for my next work. Therefore, usually in events where I cover stories, I connect with new people, talk to them, establish good rapport, and get their phone number, their email address, so that they be of help for my work. I also know I am very important as a reporter because every organization and individuals need coverage for their work. They need publicity. So I know my worth. I'm very important as a reporter. The people want to get connected with me because my work is important for them. My role is important for them. But it's an interdependent process. I also need them for my work. Therefore, I want to get connected with them. And once I get their phone numbers and email addresses, you know what I do? I get connected with them. I ask them questions. I establish the relationship. In holidays, I say to them, hi, happy Christmas, happy Easter. The reason, because I want to get connected, because I want to remain connected with them. So, by so doing, you can show them your understanding about networking and professional connections and how you use them to develop relationships and how you exploit that relationship to get things done. The third question, the third one, as you can see it on the bar down there, and the banners that move under the video, it's career plan. What's your career plan? So you need to tell to the panel what your career plan is. Hey, I am here now, but my objective is to become editor-in-chief of the News and Current Affairs, and I intend to become the deputy head of the media house or the CEO of the media house in the coming 10 years. How do I get there? Between now and 5 years, I'm going to do this. And from a producer, I get into editor level. And then from there, working this and that, delivering this and that, I'm going to be deputy editor-in-chief and then editor-in-chief. And from there, I'm going to do this and that, and I'm going to be head of the media house. Therefore, I'm a very important person. I'm going to be now at a level where I am a very important reporter and producer, but I'm going to continuously develop myself and become a prominent figure in the media house. So working with me for you as a UK government embassy here in Ethiopia is good. Your businesses can benefit by working with me. The UK government can benefit by working with me because I'm an important figure and I do have influence in the media and also, by extension, in the Ethiopian media landscape. So, you see, that, okay, his career plan is really strong and he knows what he's doing now and he's got a very good plan for what he's going to do in the coming 5 years. And is it attainable? Is it doable? Does he understand the challenge on his way, potential challenge? And does he have some ideas as to how he counter that? And does he know the challenge of in the career in the industry? And does he have some ideas as to how he can overcome them? So you just doesn't just illustrate how you grow from where you are now to the top of the media house there. You also mentioned some of the challenges for your objectives and how you could potentially overcome that. That's very important. That's very important. Finally, you talk about studying in the UK. Why studying in the UK is important for you. Why is it why not in Ethiopia? Why don't you study in Ethiopia? Why don't you study in Germany or in the US? Why the UK? We need to answer that question. It's very important. The reason I chose the UK as a producer now and as a future editor-in-chief of News and Current Affairs and the future head of the entire media house, I know the UK is home to some of the best journalism, like the Economist on the BBC, Sky. These media houses are there. And the UK also provide top quality education in some of the top universities there. Therefore, studying in the UK, journalism is in the best interest of me and the UK government. I benefit from the top quality education there. At the same time, I get connected. I get connected with the best journalists and media houses there, like the BBC, like the ITV, like Sky News, like the Guardian, the Economist. Learning from the experiences of these media houses and journalists and studying in one of the best public universities in the UK would benefit me a lot, and that gives me the leverage, the profile I need to get to the top, as I indicated in my career plan. So that's why I want to study in the UK. It gives me the credence, the credentials, the profile I need. So now the panel reads your leadership statement, another statement on networking and connections, another 500 words of a statement. Each of them are one page, and your career plan, and then why you want to study in the UK. It sounds right. This guy has got a plan, and he knows what to achieve. And he is the kind of individual and figure that the UK government wants to get connected with. Therefore, we need to see this guy further in the interviews. And if he ticks in all the boxes that we want to, we'll give him the award. And then you get shortlisted for the interview, that means. So you need to look into these 4 statements. They are fundamentally the most important part of your application. If you write them well, they're not looking for your English skills there. They are looking for your plan. As a leader and influencer, who are you? And who are you going to be? You need to be so ambitious. They want someone who's ambitious, who's going to be a leader with a high probability of becoming a leader. Every desire may not turn out to be true. Everybody knows that. But, you can justify it with your plan and your pathway. So if you paint it well, they get convinced, and then they shortlist you to the interview stage. So now what we are talking about is how you can best write your 4 statements: leadership and influencing, networking and relationship, career plan, and studying in the UK. If you get them right, you will be outstanding amongst the applicants and you get shortlisted for the interview. Okay, now let me give you some ideas about the application process. What does it look like? I showed you the application webpage. It's www.chevening.org there. And now you see the application page. If you go to to the menu like that, you can see there is a resource hub. There are you see why study in the UK, who can apply. By the way, you need to have 2 years of experience and you need to have at least first degree. By the way, you can apply for the master's Chevening Scholarship. Even if you have another master's degree already, it makes you more competitive. So it shouldn't be somebody only with a first degree. People who have master's degree also can apply for it. And let's directly go to the apply button, and let me give you some ideas how you can go through it. Here, it requires you to select your country, and then if you type ETH, Ethiopia will be there. And then you need to select the kind of award you are going for. There are two choices, scholarship and fellowship. You choose a scholarship. The fellowship one is for the leadership and similar other opportunities. And they are usually maximum 8 weeks of fellowship awards. You choose a scholarship, and then you search, and the Ethiopia page will come. This is the Ethiopia page, as you can see there. These are some of the awardees from the past with the Ethiopian flag. And then you would go and click apply today, and it takes you here and choose an award. The award is for Ethiopia again. You click it, and then you are applying for the Chevening Scholarship 2025-26. You click that and then continue. And here you are going to register for an account, like applying for a Google account or a Facebook account, whatever account you open online. You got to provide your email address, you got to provide your mobile number and a recovery email address, and then when you click continue, it takes you into the next stage. Therefore, the application process is really easy. The most important thing, like I said earlier, is writing those 4 important statements. Once you get into your account, the most important element of that application that you are going to do is writing those 4 statements. All the other things are like providing your basic information, your name, where you were born, and names of your parents, and like your experience, where you study, where you work, and things like that. Therefore, I suggest that you start the application process now. The application period stays between today and November, but you need to start it now. You need to start it now because you have 2 separate applications. One application for the Chevening Scholarship, and the other is applications to the courses that you want to study to different universities. You don't only apply to one university. Some universities may offer you the chance to study with them, some may not. And that we will discuss in another video. For today, my focus is on the 4 statements of the Chevening Scholarship application. And the application is open as of today, and it stays until November 2024. And I strongly encourage you to apply. Chevening is an amazing scholarship. I benefited from it. Now I am working on my PhD, and I helped around a dozen people win this scholarship. And I'm here supporting more Ethiopians to win that scholarship. Thank you so much for your time with me. I'll see you in another video. And we're going to have also a question and answer session after you do a little bit of attempt on the application process. You will definitely face with some challenge, and then I'll answer you some of the questions that you have. Thank you so much for today. See you later.